So during consumer AR's early stages, success stories are relatively rare, but once identified, a lot can be learned from early leaders. So what are they doing right? How are they engaging users? And how are they making money? So these are the key questions because there's no standardized playbook just yet. So extracting and synthesizing early lessons is the name of the game. And that's what we do in the latest Artillery Intelligence report, continuing in part 2 of the series with Niantic. So Pokemon Go has popularized AR in mainstream culture, and its credibility as an AR benchmark and strategic exemplar really lies in its performance. So it's derived $3 billion in lifetime revenue, including its highest annual revenues to date in 2019 with $894 million in player spending. And its achievements not only include traction and revenue, but sustainability. So longevity is rare for mobile games, which often lose novelty and player engagement over time. And Pokemon Go has really avoided that fate with a combination of game mechanics and frequent updates like AR Plus mode or Snapshot and Buddy Adventure. And upcoming features include environment syncing to pose with several players and Pokemon, which will bring multiplayer functionality to the game for the first time. So broader success factors come down to design principles like applying AR sparingly. So AR activation averages 2 to 3 minutes per session and usually to pose with captured Pokemon. So this takes into account impracticalities of an upheld phone during long stretches of the game's migratory play. So Niantic hasn't overplayed its AR hand in the game design. And it's also observed natural user behavior and leaned into it, so that resulted in the snapshot feature and some of the other features we just mentioned. But these are really applied with just the right amount of AR interaction. And ultimately, AR is a technology that can enhance an experience, not yet a product in itself, and Niantic has really taken that to heart. So beyond product design and game mechanics, Niantic should be examined for business model innovation. So in-app purchases have worked well, as AR isn't really proven enough for consumers to make upfront payments. And they also build on the behavioral economics of microtransactions, which are proven in the broader gaming world. So consumers are already acclimated to in-app purchases, as demonstrated by games like Fortnite and Candy Crush. And Artillery Intelligence survey data further validate consumers' comfort with in-app purchases as an AR payment method. And further business growth will come as Niantic finds adjacent revenue streams, such as location-based sponsorship that drives measurable foot traffic to local businesses. And that's been used by large brands like McDonald's, but Niantic recently opened it up to the long-tail SMB market to self-serve. And another revenue stream will be the real-world platform to enable other location-based AR apps. So speaking of real-world platform, that could actually be Niantic's long-term play and primary business. So applying the best practices and scaling capacity and architecture from Pokemon Go, it's going to be a valuable tool for developers and will fall under the AR building blocks category, as we call it, which will represent an opportune area of AR's next era. And the platform itself will continue to evolve towards Niantic's planet-scale AR ambitions, as apps built on the platform will feed data back and strengthen its collective area mapping corpus. So that just scratches the surface, and more can be seen in the full report, including lots more data and success factors and case studies. And stay tuned for part 3 of this report series, when we'll dive into other AR revenue leaders and zero in on some of the emerging players in AR who hold lots of promise, like Tilt5 and Eighth Wall, and even Instagram as a new entrant. And meanwhile, it's worth noting that Niantic's scale has allowed it to really experiment in ways that provide validated lessons. So it's sort of doing the AR industry a favor in shining a light on these business and product model mysteries. And that's something that anyone that's developing consumer-based AR products should be watching closely.